Mmm. Oh, that's very nice. Crappie? Crappie? Yeah, it's crappie. I'm drinking some crappie, which is creamy broccoli. As I like to shorten it to crappie. I like to crop off the... Never mind. I love broccoli is the best vegetable. Do you find that? Does anybody else with me team broccoli? Like, I also will accept team parsnip because they're quite clearly the best two. Broccoli's amazing. The gravy it stores in its network of little bits. There's little trees as well. We don't have any other little things. Apart from, like, the little Washington monuments that are carrots, maybe? I don't know. Different colour. Anyway, no vegetable talk. Today's serious things. First serious thing. I'm going to open my 3DS and show you that I finally completed the last Picross game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Picross games, 100% completed. Anyway, just wanted to point that out. Because when someone's like, oh, you don't play a lot of Picross? No, I play a lot. Picross is my thing. If I'm ever like, oh, 5 free minutes, Picross time. I've put like hundreds of hours into those 5 games. There's a new one, just come out in Japan, I haven't got it yet. Anyway, yesterday I recorded a soup video, and it failed, it went wrong. So, I hate it when videos corrupt and stuff, but it can't be helped. So I was talking about how it's the best time to get into game developing, and I'm glad that it went wrong because now I have more to talk about on that subject. Because yesterday Unreal Engine came out. Unreal Engine 4 is out, and it's free. It's absolutely free, and when you start earning over 30,000 on anything you make with it, they start taking 5% royalties. That is how you pay for it, which is kind of cool. And I was like, hey, this is like the best time to get into game development. Since then, Unity 5 and Source 2 were announced to be free for developers. This is the best time to be a game developer. So the way Unity 5 works is there are 2 versions. There's a professional one, which you have to pay for. If you're earning over 100,000 with Unity, then you have to, or I think actually if you're earning over 100,000 in general, you have to get the professional one, which is like $1,500 or $75 a month, I think. One of them. I like subscription models more than buying them out. They end up being expensive in the long run, but they're shorter in the short run. Less in the short run, so you don't go fluff and pay out. Little people get into it, which is good. But it doesn't matter because there's a free one, which is completely free and has pretty much all the features. I think the only thing it lacks is like a splash screen, so it has to flash up Unity at the start, and that's it. That's the only thing they took out, which is weird. And Source 2 had a release date and is going to be free, and that's all they've said about it. Source 1 used to be really expensive. If you wanted a copy of Source 1, it was like hundreds of thousands if you wanted to license it for a game. But now it's going to be free. So this is the best time to get into game development. So I'm now going to say how to do that. I have made a game. It's on sale on the Humble Store now. All the money goes to charity. It's $1, I think, or 69p if you're British. It's 69p even if you aren't British. You being British doesn't change the price of the game. I want to point that out. But yes, so if you have no programming skill whatsoever, there are things for you. There is Constructor, which is the one that I use, and Game Maker. Tom Francis, who made Gunpoint in Game Maker and is doing a tutorial over on his channel about making stuff in Game Maker that's amazing, and I've been building some stuff in Game Maker as well. So they're really good. It doesn't teach you how programming, like how the language works and stuff, but it teaches you like the words and it teaches you the real basics. I recommend just playing around with Construct, because I now use Construct for my little games that I build, because I'm building little games as well as the bigger ones. And I use it for prototyping the big ones, because it's really fast, so you can throw stuff in there and you can prototype most of your ideas in there, so that's what I use Construct 2 for. In the middle field, a lot of people put Unity and Unreal 4 together. They say these two are the sort of the top ones and stuff. I don't think so. I think Unity's sort of a little lower, because Unity's better for the slightly smaller games. If I was making something like the size of Paper Please, which I think was just straight written in C or something, I would build it in Unity more than Unreal. Unreal is more for sort of 3D games, and Unity seems to work better for 2D games. That's the thing I have in my head, and I think that sort of fits. Although people argue either way, and that you need to know, I'd say you need to know a fair bit of programming language to work in both of them. Maybe a little bit, because they both sort of have their programming language free sections. I think Unreal calls it Blueprint or something. So maybe if you have no programming knowledge whatsoever, you can make something in Unreal. But I don't know. And that, for me, seems more 3D sort of thing. Unity seems more 2D sort of thing, which is why I'm going to be sticking with Unity for the big game that I'm working on. And then above all that, there's Source, and we have no real information about that, so I'm putting that up there, because I don't even know if it can. I don't know what Source can do. Like, I've dicked around with the making little maps and things, and mods and stuff, just a tiny bit, and that's pretty, all I know is that. It's very tiny. It's tiny. I don't know tiny map. So maybe it will be amazing, or maybe it won't. I don't think it's going to be great for indies Maybe it's useful. I don't know. Like 3D stuff is not my realm. I don't think I'll be making 3D games anytime soon because 3D games are really like there's sort of like little tiny flash things and then difficulty spike of oh now I'm making quite big 2D games and then 3D games are over there exploding with meshes and skeletons and models and things that just terrify me. Absolutely terrify me. It's just so many orders of magnitude more difficult. Like literally, right? The big game I'm building, one of the prototypes I built for it, no lie, just worked in a spreadsheet. Like, there's just an Excel file that I have that is the working game, pretty much. There's only a few things that don't work in it. And that is just very simple design, and then I can just ploop that into stuff. It's going to take years, but it's plooping. It's easy to ploop. So, yes, that's my rule. I like that I can build any game that I want to build, I have to build it in a spreadsheet first. Which is, and it's fully playable. It's the original SimCity was built in a spreadsheet as well. The first version of SimCity. But anyway, SimCity. I will point out Excel isn't one of the engines that I'm talking about today. But pretty much all these have free versions. Construct has a free version that's sort of limited, which is now probably like the most limited one I've been talking about. I think GameMaker has quite a big free version now. It's a great time to become a game developer. So go develop games, even if you have no skill. Just mess around with a thing, and maybe you'll find you can do stuff. I did it. I'm a twat. A twat who loves broccoli.